They called it Beatlemania, and it started in this country 20 years ago. You could barely hear the music sometimes. The screaming overpowered it. Garry Shrum remembers when he first saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show, he was 12 years old.
Which is amazing, you know, these guys are great, this is incredible. My parents are thinking, oh, this is awful. You're not going to have that kind of music in here. That's terrible. But I just started picking up the albums as they came out, and with the years came, I just keep picking up more and more and more.
And more and more. Garry has a collection of Beatles records and memorabilia that literally overflows his house. Over 2,000 singles, 1,800 albums, Beatle records from all over the world. The record jackets, even the records themselves, vary from country to country, so he gets them all. He also has a complete collection of Beatles bubblegum cards. He says the gum was just as stale as it is with baseball cards. And would you believe Beatles sneakers, a Beatles lunchbox, Beatles dolls, even a yellow submarine, 20 years worth of collecting. A lot of British groups were emerging in the early 60s. Why was it the Beatles that captured our imagination so? Why not the Stones or the Dave Clark Five or the Animals or the Yardbirds or Jerry and the Pacemakers? Why was it John, Paul, George, and Ringo?
Well, the material was so more original and changed with the times more. The harmonies were always different, and they always went to different lengths to get different sounds.
Garry was one of those lucky people who was able to turn his hobby into a job. He's owned this record store in El Cajon for about 8 years now. Of course, they sell all kinds of records here, you have to. But they specialize in selling Beatles records and playing Beatles records. Garry only has 1,000 Beatle records here. He has to keep some room for Boy George and Duran Duran, but the Beatles mean the most to him. The problem, of course, with that kind of emotional attachment is that sometimes it can hurt. Garry will never forget the night John Lennon was killed.
Just blew me away. I don't know what to say to that question. That's just pretty intense.
But most memories of the Beatles are happy ones, and Garry is still collecting, although it's harder and harder to find new things at a decent price. But even when there are no more gadgets to be found, there is still the music. Hal Clement, News 8.